Oh, hi folks. Hey, a quick chat. Something I've been thinking about for a while. I started glazing a kiln this morning, and I thought about the fact that I know my glazes. I know them really well. I've worked with the same half dozen glazes and some experimental here and there, but the same basic palette of colors, the same recipes for many, many years, like 25, 30 years. So I know these glazes backwards and forward. One of the things I've learned is how they will react over and under each other. Sometimes they're successful, sometimes not. I keep in my head, or sometimes make some notes, don't try this again because it didn't work. But one that does work and is pretty popular is this blue ash glaze I use. And dog's growling at something. And I put some colors on top of it. And when I came across this some years ago, it happened in a funny way. I had glazed a large plate, similar to this, in my blue ash glaze. And it rivulets and runs a little bit, but it's not enough. I needed a spark. So I did something which I normally don't do. I just picked up a couple of squeeze bottles of my other two glazes, or two of the others I use, and I started to apply them. And I thought, well, this bowl is going to be really good or it's going to be really bad, one or the other. And it turned out okay. What I'm talking about is this. Okay? So this is the ash glaze on its own. And it does run a bit if it gets too hot. And this particular pot got a little warmer on this side. You can see the ash breaking through, or the clay body breaking through the glaze, the brownness that's happening, compared to this, which is very blue. It's probably 5 degrees hotter on this side than it is on this side. I fire in a gas kiln, so the direction of the flame matters here. But these streaks of color, the blue and the off green, they come from my teal glaze and my teal blue glaze. Now normally I don't mix them like this, but let's see what happens. I want to show you how I apply them. It's kind of footloose. I'm really kind of loose about it. So I took some thicker glaze from the bottom of the bucket before I stirred it up this morning. So this is my navy blue glaze. And I did the same thing with my teal green. So I dipped this whole thing, I waxed it first, you can see the back side. I dipped the whole thing in the blue ash. And now let's get some pattern on it. It's not really pattern though. It's just knowing what these glazes will do. Now let's come back with the blue. This is the green actually. It's not very pretty right now, but this is where it's going to go. Now, I wouldn't attempt this with glazes I didn't know. So the longer you use a palette of glazes, learning to live with them, learning to work with them, the more adventurous you can be with them. And within 5 or 6 glazes, you can really expand on what you normally do. So I'll show you some of this. I'll show you this one when it comes out of the kiln in a couple of days. Talk later. Thanks.